everyone, and welcome to the newest Otafest Podcast episode. It's Jay here, and I've got
Alfred. I'm very sick.
So sick.
Yeah.
Behfar is also here.
Hey,
he's less sick.
a little less.
Yeah,
Markedly less.
Markedly less, actually. I don't know what it is. Like, I thought I got over the flu, like, during, like, the last couple of weeks, but it's come back to haunt me, so, yeah.
You know what's not flu-related? Otafest announcements.
Thank you for
Nice segue, right?
nice segue. Thank you.
Segu.
I don't know. Jay, do you actually want to read them? I sound kind of horrible.
Okay.
Or you guys can all deal with my...
I'll do what we've got, and then I think we have some additional
Okay,
ones too.
I'll talk about the first part. You can talk about C4.
Okay.
All right, so thanks for visiting our booth at Taste of Anime-thon. We had a great time. We hope you did too. It was pretty chilly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you there?
No.
I wasn't able to make it, but we
Yeah,
had
I
a
wasn't
debrief, and I know that people like the gaming stuff and all that they did, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good to see that they're expanding.
Did we run our like crazy new booth thing?
We did, and apparently it was a success.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
The art
I'm so proud of
collaboration
that
was
booth.
also sounded like it was a raving success as well. It looked really nice from what I was told.
Cool.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, again, thanks for showing up there. We always appreciate the support, and they appreciate the support, of course. You supporting their event. Alberta Cons in general, we work hard to bring everything together.
Yeah, we gotta stick together, especially this year. They're at 25 or at 20. So,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, that's,
Where, I wonder where Calgary Expo is at.
I don't know.
oh, man.
One thing we did add to the booth that is like brand new
Yeah.
is that we have a spin wheel now, like a prize wheel.
Oh yeah, those
Oh, yeah,
are
I
fun.
saw
You
that.
can spin it for discounts on tickets or like lanyards or pins.
Yeah.
It's about time that Otafest has added something like that to our
And honestly-
supply cabinet, because
Not gonna lie, I mean, it's a little bit of cheap content, but it is still fun. So it doesn't really
Everybody likes spinning
no,
a wheel.
I'm just looking at Jay.
I'll
It's like,
spin a wheel
where
even if it's not
was
Friday
that
night.
like a few months ago when we had to like MC a wedding together and we
Oh, yeah,
were
that's
trying to
true,
think of
man.
something? Yeah.
It
You
was
can
at-
always use that.
It was there when we emceed a wedding together.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's because they brought one in.
Yeah, no, that
anyways.
wasn't ours. Yeah.
Continuing on, attention, all Canadian cosplayers. We've announced that Clara Cow's Cosplay Cup, also known as C4, is coming to Calgary. C4 is a contest where cosplayers from Canada will compete against each other for a free trip to represent Canada at the 2019 finals in Hague, Netherlands. Grand prize winners of the C4 finals walk away with a trip for two to Japan. So you can get to go to Netherlands to represent Canada, and then you can
Japan.
get to visit Japan.
To represent yourself.
Yep. Otafest is proud to be the hosts of the first ever Canadian qualifiers for this event. Rules and details can be found at otafest.com/C4. And as always, if you want to be a part of the scene at Otafest, pre-purchase your pass now. You won't be able to participate in C4 otherwise. You won't be able to see Matt Mercer, and you won't be able to save $5 off at the door if you don't pre-purchase online while you still can.
Also, for the first time ever, we're selling
Single-day
passes online.
Yeah.
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 Yay.
Hague or Hague?
The Hague.
It's Hague.
It's the Hague.
Yeah.
Some additional announcements just to kind
Oh,
of
okay, yeah, sure.
piggyback on that. We just opened our art contest, our mascot contest. So any aspiring artists or, accomplished artists even, I guess, out there who want to get a free pass to Otafest and a gift certificate to the exhibitor hall, read full contest rules and details at otafest.com/art.
This year's theme is essentially like traditional Japanese gods
The
and
goddesses, yeah.
the pantheon of Japanese gods.
Yeah,
I
no,
believe.
it's I'm always blown away by the submissions. Like, I don't know how.
They all look so
Oh,
nice.
dude.
Yeah, it's like so tough to choose, right?
I have like a small pet peeve about that. I've judged the art contest in previous years. I don't do it now because I have way too much stuff on my plate, but it is pretty fun. One of the things I find that is a little bit disappointing, and it's kind of like our fault, but I can see why we're not able to
I think I know
do
where you're
more
going
for
with
it. Is we have a lot of the art that we get submitted is done through digital media, so Illustrator, Photoshop, whatever you have, and they look great. They're wonderful, but we do have some submissions sometimes where it's like someone's taking a photo or a scan of traditional media,
Yeah.
and they look really great too. But unfortunately, we don't have like a specific
Right.
There's no category for
yeah,
it.
because
or-
honestly, we're just looking for a winner.
Yes.
But it's not that we don't appreciate it, and I don't think that other than maybe in early years of doing it, that traditional media artist has ever won, which is again pretty unfortunate, just because of the way it turns out. For example, it doesn't. It's hard for us to put it on shirts. It's hard for us to help market that image because it doesn't come out as well.
It is really unfortunate because there are a lot of talented folks out there who only do traditional.
Yeah. So
no, it's kind of sad though because like there are ways to digitize, but they're just so out of reach for most artists, right? So
I mean, it's not cheap.
Yeah,
No,
no, that's a good point. Like, and I actually struggle with that too, right? Because doing film photography and stuff, it's like same sort of problems that come up, right?
Analog versus digital.
As well.
Can I make it? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I will do this then. Panel applications close on February 23rd. Otafest relies on community-hosted panels for the bulk of its content, and we even reward successful panelists, as in panelists who are accepted, or with discounted or even free passes to the festival. So submit your idea at otafest.com/panelists.
Yep.
Yes, at the end.
Yeah, that's actually how I got into this whole thing was paneling. So please contribute.
Yeah. We always ask, and we always, as a reminder as well to people who are serial panelists, to like even if you sometimes get tired of your own content, and believe me, as like a content creator kind of guy, I understand that. People look forward to it.
Yeah.
To like they will miss your panel. You'll be feeling like 1 year like I just don't feel like hosting this one panel that I've done. Like maybe it's a game show, maybe it's like a ask about whatever thing that it is that you specialize in.
Panel,
But you've hosted it like at least every year, or every other year. People will be like, "Where is it?" And then people will ask us, and we're like,
I don't know.
I don't know. They didn't do it, and I can't do
it.
anything about that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Well,
remember that year that we didn't host Bento Banzai?
Well, you mean the last year that I hosted it?
No, there was a year where neither of us hosted it. It just didn't happen, and then we had people asking in the feedback, like, "What happened to Bento Banzai? Why wasn't it around?"
Yeah. And the truth is like everyone gets busy, and I understand. But if you can find a little bit of time, host it, and then you can still come to the con, and I think it's like half off.
We'll mix it up too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like that's if you get a new idea for a panel, definitely still run it. Right?
That too.
But,
yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, what I was going to say, so we did mention in that little blurb what con you go to for C4 if you do manage to win the Canadian qualifiers. I believe it's Anime Con.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Anime Con, yeah. If you want to see some of the cosplay that's on display at Anime Con, it's pretty much world renowned for having incredible cosplay.
I mean, it's Anime Con.
Yeah, go look up some of the
Anime Con. Yeah.
Go look up some of the CMVs that are on YouTube. Like I do cosplay videos, and some of the CMVs that came out of that con kind of really inspired me. One guy in particular, GNJ Productions, just go look him up. So, yeah, he's a European CMV creator. It's really awesome.
I just Googled C4 to find out what con I was at, and I'm pretty sure I'm on a list now because all I got was explosives.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also you're brown, so
yeah.
Good luck. Can't go back to the U.S.
Nope, it's over.
Why are all these cosplayers so interested? Man, why are all these cosplayers so interested in explosives?
Yeah, weird.
That's
a new thing instead of Vorbla. It's plastic explosives.
Its molding properties are great. Just
it's a lot better than the C4.
Oh my god, that cosplay really had a bang.
Oh jeez.
Anyways, again, thank you, and for submitting panel applications, and we'll hopefully see you at Otafest to come see our guests and do a whole bunch of stuff. We still have a lot of plans, and we still have things coming up, but we can't talk about them
There's
yet.
stuff that we can't talk about yet.
Yeah. We still have some events and lots of ideas. But anyways, moving onwards, let's actually get to the meat of our conversation today. Some of the stuff we wanted to talk about. News-wise, it's actually kind of been slow in the new year. So we apologize if any of it's a little bit dry. But the Consumer and Electronics Show is always usually pretty good for a little peek into the future.
I still want that roll-up phone that Samsung demonstrated.
You saw the roll-up phone? Dude,
I still want that.
Okay, so I know you didn't actually follow a lot of CES stuff. So LG made a roll-up screen.
It was Samsung, wasn't it? Samsung.
No, it's LG.
No, it was a couple of years ago that Samsung had the curved LED LCD
the curved
screen.
one, but we're talking about like
no, but like alongside the curved one back then, they actually had a flexible phone as well. It would like roll out, right?
Yeah,
and you could actually use it.
So there's there's LG is
okay. It's LG
debuted a roll-up screen. So think of it as like the same as maybe like a
wait a minute,
projector
yeah.
screen, except it's an actual LCD screen or LED screen rather, and you can it's like a giant box that you would put on the ground, and then you just pull it up and like set it.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand the super
The
appeal about it.
Like a
because
projectorless screen.
Why? Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I don't care about the fact that I can see my TV at all times.
Yeah, no.
Like I've never thought about that as a
My
problem.
living room feels naked without a TV. I don't know how I feel.
Right? Like
Yeah.
unless you put like art behind it or something like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. It's just the technology has applications, but I don't think a TV is. The
Do you guys
primary
remember those gimmicky
concern.
roll-up keyboards in the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had
Oh,
one.
the gel ones, kind of.
Yeah,
and
like,
you could
I mean,
clean them.
it's-
That was a big thing.
It's sort of kind of like that, right? But it's like I have flashbacks to that, and I'm just like, why? You know?
Yeah. But no, like I think for a phone and
Now-
other
now,
like
okay,
smaller mobile items that you want to put in your pocket,
Right.
it's fine.
Now here's my question.
Imagine how many people are going to lose it.
I actually haven't seen it, so
Yeah.
here's my question: is it
Transparent.
because I was thinking about the one that Samsung put out.
Yeah.
The one that Samsung put out was very, very thin, like a millimeter thick, right? It was like a sheet of paper, basically, that would roll up into.
I didn't
stick
see.
to
I
your
didn't get to see
skin.
specs.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Right.
get to see specs. You can Google it if you want now, but like it just honestly, it looked like a smaller projector screen rolled up from the floor as opposed from the ceiling. And honestly, at this point,
Kinda like our
I'd rather
banners.
just have I'd rather just have like a short throw projector. if
Yeah.
you can do
Yeah.
that anyways.
Which are really nice.
No, and honestly, I think we're past the point of like new tech that's like, you know, super expensive and kind
Right.
of out of reach. Like, because a lot of people are at the point where it's like we want new innovations that are affordable, right? Like, did you see that? I think it was Asus. They put out, or Acer. They put out if you have a triple monitor setup,
Oh, yeah, the bezel.
the bezel that makes
Yo.
it seamless. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're a gamer, like, okay, it's not. So what it is, just to explain fully, is that like, let's say you have a triple monitor or a double monitor setup.
Yeah.
No matter what, you're still gonna have those, you know, like the
monitor
black
bezel.
lines
The bezel,
of
yeah.
your actual monitor,
The plastic
right?
bits.
But what they've done is there's a thing where you can insert like a plastic.
It's kind of like a prism.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a prism that basically will help overlay your monitors so that you can see.
So it makes
or,
it
or
seamless,
basically,
yeah.
you eliminate the black ones. It's not an actual replication of what's going to be on the screen, obviously,
Yeah.
but it is a little bit less distracting
Yep.
if you feel like it's a big.
And it
deal.
makes it look more.
More seamless. And I think something like a product like that makes
It's
so much
useful
more
for
sense.
like a video wall, maybe.
Yeah, it makes so much more sense than getting a new monitor where you'll have to brute force like a 21 by 9 like resolution or something. It makes so much more sense to do that, right? So I don't know, like why did it take people so long to come up with something so simple?
I think
You know what I mean?
it's a priority thing, right?
And
Like,
it's also a need thing because it's not like most workspaces, for example, didn't use multiple monitors until maybe 5 years ago.
yeah.
Right? Like it's
Yeah,
only been a
recently.
real
Okay,
advent into...
let's be clear here. This is a gaming application though, right? If you
It
have
is for now.
if you have a workstation multi monitor setup, you're gonna be comfortable with.
I
workstation
honestly feel
multi-monitor
like
setup.
here's the thing. You know how it used to be that military applications then got pushed over to the consumer?
Yep.
I think it's
like
kind
the
of in the
same
same vein. Like gaming applications are not getting pushed over to
Because
business.
gaming is like the equivalent in the
Yeah.
sense that like you are the quote unquote elite, right? Like,
Well,
like
yeah, 'cause
you
you
are the
need the
people who
highest
buy.
tech, you need the best
yeah, you
specs
are the
to run
people
those
who
games.
purchase the big
Like it
shit.
requires the most hardware to
Yeah.
run successfully, as opposed to like a business
Yeah,
application. where you're,
there
like,
has
word
been a couple of
processing or
examples where
something.
I've seen that. Like a lot of pro photographers. There was a article of Petapixel where it was like instead of buying a Mac, like he actually put out an article about how to build a gaming computer for the purpose of using
Yeah.
Lightroom,
Right.
Which was kind of cool. I was like, I already know all this stuff because of my gaming experience, but now here it is on a photography website, right?
Speaking of some gaming stuff that we saw at CES, we have Mad Catz came back, which is kind of nice because they used to make a lot of peripherals.
Yeah.
They used to make a lot of like fight sticks
Of
and
dubious
a lot of stuff
quality.
Like that.
Of Doobie, yeah, but it was
Some
still,
of it, some
yeah,
of it,
some of it was
they had
really
tournament
good.
edition
The
level
tournament
stuff,
edition
and then they
stick-
had basically the stuff
Yeah.
you would pick up GameStop.
Yeah, because okay, you
It's
remember
one or the other.
Do you remember like when split screen multiplayer still existed?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like you go to your friend's house for Smash, and then Like
You needed an extra
you
controller.
need an extra controller, and you get the Mad Catz one, and you
'Cause
know
it was $20.
You know it's
and
you know it's not good.
You know where you are on
Yeah.
the totem pole at that point. Right? So it's
like thumbsticks like cut into your skin, and like the Y button or the top.
It
one of
works
the
like-
buttons
it
doesn't
works
quite,
like
it
half
sticks
the
a little
time,
bit.
yeah.
I
But
still
anyways,
have my Mad Catz like PlayStation controller extension cable.
I have
Yeah.
I have the
See,
Street Fighter
extension
4
cables and stuff made sense.
I have the
easy
Street
to
Fighter
make.
4 Tournament Edition fight stick, and
Yeah.
that's a Mad Catz product.
Yeah, but see, the
but that
TE
thing
one,
is heavy
yeah.
as hell, and it's like it's beefy. Like I the only thing I need to replace on it is
half
maybe
the
the
parts
gate.
aren't even made by Mad Catz because
is true.
because the buttons and the sticks are made by not Hori Sanwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I understand what you're saying, but anyways, they came back.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
filed
yeah.
for bankruptcy at some point because surprisingly, those $20 controllers can carry them forever. But they came back with like it's mostly PC gaming applications. They have
Yeah.
keyboards, they have
Mice.
you know, like and a lot of stuff you could say is comparable to like Razer level of usage and quality. One of the cool things is that, and Razer also has something like that. I don't exactly remember what, but they've also come out with something called the RAT Air, which is a wireless gaming mouse, but instead of having the battery, one of the big concerns is like I'm playing my
wired
FPS, and then
mouse.
and then all of a sudden your battery dies and you get killed or
You
whatever.
lose your Overwatch competitive match.
yeah.
Exactly, but this one actually has a wired mouse pad which charges the mouse through induction, so you don't have to worry.
My
about-
So
question-
take the wire and put it in the thing that doesn't move.
Yeah,
That's kinda
exactly.
smart.
Which
But I
is-
mean, like, how's
makes
response
sense.
time though? Right? There's
Yeah,
still a
that
wireless
still
component,
matters.
right?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think Razer also has one.
It's a
I
wireless
think it's something
mouse.
they're
Yeah.
looking into as a general.
Are you a fan of Razer? I'm not really a
No,
fan.
I used
I
to
don't-
be,
I don't own
but
any
now like
Razer
every
stuff.
Razer product I've had has broken.
Yeah, it's like
a
Steel
year in.
Series.
I use Corsair.
I use Corsair.
Corsair,
Steel Series.
Steel
And Steel
Series,
Series.
Thermal Take. Yeah, I don't really take.
Can I interject with a random piece of news that I just found?
Sure.
What?
There's a new app that just got released called Die With Me. And it's only usable when your phone battery
Oh,
has
yeah, I
less
heard
than
about that.
5%. And when it has less than 5%, it connects you to a chat room of other people whose phone batteries are less than 5%.
Oh, that's cute.
I
I don't know why that's the right word, but it's kind of
4%.
cute. It's just like, hold on.
Anyway, I just thought I'd inject that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny.
You ever just you watch Black Mirror, right? Do you watch Black Mirror?
I've heard of those two words together.
Yeah,
and I understand that is something of the media.
I've
like-
seen 2 episodes.
It's like increasingly our society is just becoming an episode of Black Mirror.
But that's exactly what Black Mirror
It's
is
something
doing,
about
right?
technology,
They're,
right?
they're, they're a sci-fi type series that kind of each episode is like a standalone episode of like, what if this aspect of society was let to like just kind of like roam, like to go.
Is it like
technology.
Twilight Zone but with tech?
yeah, with
related?
tech,
Kind of, yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Okay.
It is. It totally is. Anyways, sorry.
No.
I had something to say, but it was
And it's gone.
no. It
Goodbye,
was
train.
It was another article that is like sort of tangentially related. But it was the U.S. Navy, like on submarines, right? They used to have sticks and like dials and stuff to control the periscopes.
Yeah, sticks and dials.
They immediately condensed everything
Twigs.
down to an X,
Spaghettis.
and they condensed everything down and wired everything to an Xbox 360 controller. And instead of taking 6 months to train, it takes now 1 hour to train.
Dude, I could operate the shit out of that.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's
We can all be
hilarious.
submarine operators.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. But
They should have done it to a DDR pad.
Oh god, it's just furious stomping in the middle of war, just like they've shot a torpedo at us.
Has to do the Konami code to fire like a torpedo back.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Some other random stuff. There's a third-party company that made called HyperKin, and they made a prototype thing called the Ultra Game Boy, which is like
Ultra Game
a
Boy.
SNES classic. I'm honestly super into it, but I'm scared that Nintendo's going to kill it like
Yeah, like
immediately.
the IP,
no,
right?
No, I mean, like HyperKin's made like NES and SNES clones before. Like
In that case, I'm in.
Like,
I'm
I feel like if they've gone as far as announcing it, they probably have Nintendo's blessing.
Yeah, exactly. Because not their blessing.
blessing
per se.
isn't probably there.
Well, their indifference.
Yeah, because
You have my
My
indifference.
indifference. I bestow upon you.
have you heard the what's it called? I think it's called the Retro Kin. Anyways, HyperKin makes a series of retro like clones
Cards and stuff.
Right.
No, they're like clone machines basically, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like system on a chip, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah,
but it
okay,
takes
okay.
the original cartridges, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And their latest one was actually emulation, so it was kind of like a Raspberry Pi, but it had the original ports, so it would just dump the ROM into memory, and then it would run it in Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. I'm
I
looking
see. So it's
forward
kind
to
of
this.
like ROMs, but like you know how ROMs they're
Yeah.
technically legal if you own the game.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of proving that.
Yeah,
But
no.
like I'm looking forward to this because I recently wanted to get back into Game Boy gaming because Game Boy has a fantastic library of games.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that Game Boy
absolutely.
series from
Yep.
the original up all the way up to Advance and
Yeah,
stuff like that
yeah.
has really, really great stuff. However, I recently went to it was during Calgary Expo's like holiday market, and I went there and someone was selling an SP. I was like, you know what? It's like $60. I was thinking about it. I
you
picked it
buy
up.
it?
Picked it up. My hands are no longer child hands.
No.
I can't
Oh,
like
no.
use it the way that I want
don't
to.
know how-
So this
Yeah.
Ultra Game Boy though is the size of the brick, and I feel
Oh,
I
it's
think
like
I feel I'm
hand
much
size.
happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with that potentially. But I mean, I need to pick it up first, and I want to play around with it. But
Right.
it's something that I would definitely consider. It's basically everything that the old Game Boy was, except it doesn't do emulation, and it's in an aluminum shell.
So
and it's like higher quality.
So
I
is
guess.
it emulation or is
Does it
it
have like? I
system
wonder
on
if
a
it has
chip?
that weight. Aluminum's light.
I think okay. So the thing is, it has SD. It has an SD port.
Okay, but
Okay.
it could still be system on a chip because it could be
It
like
could
a flash
be system
card,
on chip.
right?
yeah.
But I think that it's not. It's basically it's. They don't want to imply that you can do like emulation on it, but like
You probably can.
if you're,
I feel like system on a chip is actually the cheaper way to go about it nowadays. So I
It
don't
is.
know why they wouldn't.
It is, but it's like there's a whole ton of problems, right? Like there's big news a while back of a Brazilian company. They were re-releasing the Sega Genesis, right?
Right.
But it turns out their clones of the Sega Genesis ran at like 0.16% faster, so certain games would glitch out.
and that's and that's no good, especially.
Yeah, exactly. But because
Yeah, because
And
games
then-
are designed for those specific specs.
Yeah,
I also hate
right?
to say
That's how
this,
console
but
gaming
like
works.
the truth is like even if it's a system on chip and you have to put it in the game and everything like that to play.
Yeah.
Old Game Boy games ran on. They have an internal battery, and
Yeah,
those
the
internal
saves.
batteries are actually pretty important because they keep track of a lot of things.
saves, mostly,
Saves
yeah.
is a big thing. Timing as well, like
Yeah.
Daytime, nighttime
Pokemon
cycles.
Gold and
I
Silver,
remember,
yeah.
Pokemon Gold and Silver is a big one.
Yeah.
I
So
saved up so
I'm
much for
kind
that.
of like on the fence. Like I personally, I don't care that much about emulation, but I get like why you want to have the proper thing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't always work.
Well, if it's
anymore,
system on a chip, it wouldn't be emulation.
That makes
It just depends on how
Yeah.
accurate their circuitry is, right?
It's true.
Like it's why I prefer flashcards for all my consoles, right? So like my N64, right? I have the entire library on an SD card.
And you don't have to worry about it.
And I don't have to worry about it. And it's
Yeah.
system accurate, right? I'm playing on the actual hardware and all that. Like honestly, that's why the HyperKin stuff hasn't been appealing to me, is because there's slight niggling issues, right? I think their NES clone had certain audio issues where one channel was like several hertz higher than where it should have been,
Oh.
so sounds would
Yeah,
mess
yeah.
up, right? So
When sound classic.
yeah, no, exactly,
Or,
right?
Yeah, and it's true because
But
you buy it because you, want that
the
nostalgia factor.
original experience,
Yeah,
right?
nostalgia factor.
Like at least for Nintendo stuff, right? Like it is emulation, right? It's not technically system on a chip,
Yeah.
but it's at least it's accurate because it's from Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So
Just a small aside because I remembered, like I said, the HyperKin runs on an SD card. Not exactly the same thing, but SanDisk also unveiled like a USB-C 1 TB thumb drive, which I think
man.
is pretty amazing because I remember a time where anyone having a single terabyte as like a
main storage
series of hard
solution?
drives,
Yeah.
a series of like 4 hard drives, for example.
Yeah.
And this was like when I was like 13 or 14, and I remember hearing about a friend who had it, and I'm like, what are you going to do with all that?
space, yeah. And now I have 2 of them full.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, but honestly though, on a thumb drive, if I were to lose that, yeah, because I
How much data?
lose like 4 gig flash drives all the time, right? Because 4 gigs is nothing to me.
I guess,
right?
yeah.
But it's like if I were to lose 1 terabytes because it fell
Worth
off my
of-
keychain or something,
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed. A terabyte worth of files just gone because it fell off.
that's
my
like,
keychain.
yeah,
I mean,
that's like
then
10
maybe you just
libraries
shouldn't
worth of
lose it.
information.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like it's tiny, right?
Yeah.
It's a flash drive, right?
Yeah.
Like I lose flash drives because they're small.
But it's
Maybe we
but it's
finally
pretty
have a
cool
use-
because think of like the usage, the rate.
Yeah.
Like you can the kind of like virtual machines and stuff you can run off of that.
Yeah,
System on
Would be
a
really great.
system on a chip kind
system
of
on a chip, yeah, or OS on a
On a
like-
stick.
like yeah,
On a
OS on a
plate.
stick,
On a
OS on a
platter.
stick, yeah.
computer on a stick. Yeah, computer on a sticks are cool.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
food on a
yeah.
stick, so why isn't the computer on a stick?
Yeah,
Not as tasty.
Oh. And that was
no,
sad.
it's kind of sad though because I'm kind of sad those haven't really taken off aside from Raspberry Pi, right? Because like Raspberry Pi is still like a module, right? I'm thinking like
I think marketing has to do with it a lot.
well, it hasn't been implemented properly because like Chrome has like their Chrome PC or like Google's got their Chrome PCs. They license out to Asus and stuff, right? It'll
Yeah.
run Chrome
Yeah.
OS,
Yeah.
right, which no one wants.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, But
Hey, I thought it was cool for the one use that I had for it ever.
Chrome OS, I don't know, man.
Intel has one that runs off a Nano processor, and it's Windows 10, and it's literally you plug it into the HDMI port.
Yep.
And it's got a single USB stick, USB port sticking out like the back, so you can actually plug stuff into it, which I think is really cool, right? But I don't know, like there's apparently no market for it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I definitely see both sides of it, where it's kind of like there's no market for it, but I mean, like the usage would be really varied if people could get it.
Well, it would certainly solve the media center problem, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
god, that'd be
absolutely.
amazing.
yeah, because a lot of people just
But I mean,
use Chromecast, right? But you need another device to use Chromecast.
The problem is
right?
that
Yep.
these like system on a chip or system on a stick or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
still relies, like if you're going to use it on a TV, it relies on the TV's processing power, right? Because it's still like it's not like it doesn't have.
It can't. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
push.
Well, no,
like-
no, it plugs into the HDMI port, right? And everything is done.
Oh, I
on-
guess.
yeah.
I mean, if it's not just a flash drive.
No, it's not
and
a
if
flash
if it
drive.
actually
No,
has
no,
like
no,
the
yeah.
hardware on it, then sure.
No. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because like, yeah, you do have.
I have an
those-
Intel one that's like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't use it though. I don't.
It's probably
I have
just
one.
because the clock speed's not there quite
It's
yet,
not.
right? So yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anyways, more stuff. More. Actually,
can we get
something
into
I really
something
want to
that I
talk
love?
about, and then there's another thing that I really want to talk
Are we
about.
going into the VR territory?
Yes, I want to talk about VR. We've talked about VR before, but this is now we're starting to reach the level of VR that I actually want.
I haven't experienced it yet.
You haven't
Yeah, but you
played
get
any
motion
VR?
sick really easily, don't you?
I do, but I also haven't played any VR. I have never experienced.
So
Oh,
yeah,
it is-
without
it is an
knowing that you
experience.
wouldn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
What
like,
we're trying to get at. So obviously the existing VR peripherals. First of all, they're hella expensive.
Very
But,
hella.
one of the big things is that I don't personally like what they have to do in terms of like cabling and like the kind of space setup you need to use. Like basically, in my opinion, you kind of have to have an empty-ish room in order to properly
You do,
use VR.
yeah.
Because otherwise, you could argue like, well, I just want to play a game where I'm sitting down. It's like, then you don't need VR for that.
Well,
like,
Oculus. You can use an Oculus for that.
you could, but I mean, I don't
Yeah.
like. I've seen people play Minecraft while they're wearing their Oculus, and I think it's silly.
You tried it once, and it sucked.
and I did, and I was like, this is dumb.
Well, you know, so like
I did it
I
at
get what you're saying.
Microsoft.
Though. Like, so like for example, like the current HTC Vive, you have to draw out the room.
Yeah, there's two
With the
towers that
remote
they give
before,
you
yeah.
as part of the package, and the room. Like,
But you have to- like, you have to
Sony has a different way of doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
But basically, how they have to do it is you have to somehow physically establish the space.
Yeah, you have to contour the room with the controller
Yeah.
before you.
So that
first start it.
the what happens is in VR space, as you're approaching a wall, for
There's like a
example,
grid wall.
it'll actually show like a small represent like or like a
It's like a
fading,
grid wall. It's
fading
literally like a
in
grid.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fading in grid wall to make sure that you don't bump into shit, which makes sense. That's totally fine. So HTC Vive announced the Pro.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
so
announced
nice.
the wireless adapter, which is not necessarily related to the Pro, but it's
Yeah.
something I believe you can get for the existing Vive
You can.
and for the Pro.
Well, no, the Pro is wireless. Out
Is
of the
wireless
box.
regardless?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
wireless out of the box.
So that solves that issue already, where you basically what it has is it has two front-facing cameras
Right on the headset.
exterior on the headset, and it helps establish the room. And then there's no wired connection, so you no longer like the best VR setups I've ever played with are the ones where they're at demo stands where they have like a cage,
Yeah.
and the cabling is essentially
Like
suspended
suspended.
above your head.
Yeah.
As opposed to while you're at home, let's be honest, it's going to be dragging on the ground. You have to make sure you're not tripping on it, and that takes you out of the whole experience, right? The whole point is to be immersive.
Yeah, it definitely takes out of that immersion. They also upped the screen resolution. Each eye, instead of being 1080p, is 1440p now,
Yeah.
which is
That's
nice.
good, yeah.
And it refreshes at 90 hertz.
yeah, 1080p was a challenge for a while too. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The only concern, of course, now would be things like battery life. But if it's anything like, for example, like the Switch, which gets me about 3 to 4 hours of playtime, I'm okay with that. I don't need 12
Well,
hours.
you can't really
know.
you can't stay in VR for like 3 or 4 hours.
Alfred, let me
anyways.
tell you, yes, you can.
Okay.
I put the headset on.
can't.
Yeah, you might not be able to. I put the headset on, and it was like maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I took it off, and it was midnight. I didn't realize how much time it
Which is
passed.
terrifying because I have this like I have this like theory or like concern.
Honest, okay, I just need to interject. That's cyberpunk as fuck.
Yeah, like that's
Right?
exactly.
You're like jacked in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly. I've had that concern where it's like you've heard about like people who play WoW until they die or they play like whatever game and then they're found dead because they just have a heart attack or they haven't eaten or shit for like 3 days, and then you have this technology which is like becoming more and more immersive, which is exactly what you want.
Hey, Sword Art Online fans,
but like it needs to like I think at some point they're going to have to do like warning flashes where it's like, hey,
or like a
it's
clock.
been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been like whatever. Or
Go
it has
to the
an
bathroom.
or it has an auto turn off at some point where it automatically has to shut off for 15 minutes.
I mean, let's be honest, it does now because it's a wireless and it's battery based.
Yeah. So there we go.
Thank God.
And like, so just to
Save
talk
us
to
from ourselves.
To talk to the cameras,
No,
like,
but
it's actually
someone's-
really cool because the cameras will create a virtualized kind of like
Room
it'll
for
show
you.
your environment around you now in real time, kind of thing when you're focusing.
Wouldn't it be great if you just have it show like the camera's on and then you just watch, you can see your exact room and everything that you're in and you're like, it looks so real. This table, I can even feel it.
Oh my god,
I can pick up this cup. Wait a minute.
I really want to play that Beat Saber game or whatever it's called.
It's DDR but with lightsabers.
Do you honestly
lightsabers.
do you honestly think a battery life would actually stop people? People are just going to buy cell phone banks and tape it to the headset.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Just like a crown of like USB like headsets that like
40,000 milliamp hours, bitch.
I mean, like, I guess I can't be the one who is like complaining because I have like a huge battery bank as like a power bank as it is. I can totally see someone doing that. I mean, I was one of the people running around at midnight playing Pokemon Go when it first came out, and I got like a huge like 80,000.
But I think that it's kind of a self-solving problem because unlike with things like WoW or whatever, with a VR headset, you're standing, you're moving, you're gonna tire yourself out at some point.
Yeah.
You're gonna collapse from exhaustion
well,
if it comes
depends.
down to it.
Yeah.
It really depends on the game. On the end
That's
of the day.
true.
And we will overadapt and overcome our poor limitations. Man, I don't know.
That'd be in limitation.
I think it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Has the VR porn market taken off yet?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it has.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a couple articles on this.
Jeez. See, that's how you know it's a hit.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to
how
get
you know
into
it's a
it
hit.
too much, but there's if you're
yeah,
unaware,
we'll keep
if you're
it PG.
if you're
Keep it
unaware,
PG.
if you're naive, I like, and it's true. Like it has like people don't know about it a lot, but pornography drives a lot of technological
It really
development.
does.
And, like everything from like the choices of where like things go. Like I think format choices have been made by porn,
Yes.
where it's like I think it was
Blu-ray.
HD DVD versus Blu-ray or something
Yeah,
like that.
Blu-ray.
And
Yeah, I
porn
remember that.
and some porn companies jumped on Blu-ray, and there it went.
Yeah.
Like it's not the sole reason, but if you don't think that sex literally sells,
Yeah.
is the truth.
I think it's so interesting this time because this is like, the territory of all those classic sci-fi novels and stuff, right? Where
we're
like-
getting into that.
like like the holodeck from Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's like, I don't know if there was episodes focused on like sexual fantasies or like that the crew wanted.
Family fantasy,
Yeah, just
Family,
like
things like that, yeah.
stuff that should be genuine emotional stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like person to person can now be
Virtualized.
yeah, can now be virtualized, right? And like this is our first podcast episode was
talking about a lot of VR stuff.
yeah, no, it was the
The AI, the
holographic waifu,
the waifu AI,
which wasn't really like an AI per se. It's
No.
just a Google Home with a visualization, effectively, right? But I mean,
we're getting there. That's
getting
kind of
there.
You
that's
want
where
to
we're
hug?
moving
Virtual.
towards.
Yeah.
You want to sleep on a bed? Virtual.
Yeah. Something that's kind of related. It's not necessarily because we want to talk about Star Wars, because we've talked a lot about Star Wars recently, but there's a VR experience involving Star Wars where
course there
basically
is.
you get to.
I read about this.
I don't know what kind of peripheral they actually use, but I'm sure it's still like the wired stuff. You put on your headset, you walk through like essentially like an established room space that you get to go through.
Yeah.
You get to fight stormtroopers. You get to like do the whole kind of like
Right.
Star Wars related story wise, but you're in a VR environment in a room where you can also pick up things that could be represented as like lightsabers, for example.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting.
man, people like who run theme parks and stuff must be so excited about this. You mean I can turn a mundane office hallway into like a theme park ride?
Which is like
Right?
when you
It's
think
like-
about the upkeep and like
Yeah,
the
exactly, right?
The as long as you buy the hardware and then you set up and you have the space, like you could turn your own house into like the greatest haunted house ever,
Or an escape
Think about
room,
that
right?
way, right?
No, okay, yeah, like 10 years from now, we're gonna have escape room hipsters. It's like,
Well,
I play.
I can't get out of my own house.
No, it's like I play an act. Like screw these VR, like escape rooms. I go to actual escape rooms in real life.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but also
yeah.
in 10 years,
Yeah.
we're probably going to have like headset-less VR. You know what I
That
mean?
too, right?
Well,
like a
holograms
holodeck, like a
are gonna-
holodeck.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's better or worse. It's kind of weird.
I think
because
it's better.
because like at the end of the day, I can tell. At this point, at least, you can tell real life really easily from digital.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's not just like the tactile components, but visually as well. Like, I don't
Like,
really
they
want to
can
be on
make
a
stuff
holodeck
realistic,
as
but
much
not-
because I think in a VR headset situation, it's more isolating, which makes it kind of better.
Well, that's why horror games work so well. In VR,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because you have that inherent sense of claustrophobia.
But
right?
would it
Yeah.
not be? Would it just hear me out here? Would a horror game not be more intense if it was done well enough that like it's a horror game within your own house?
Again, it has to be done well enough, right?
Yeah,
but I
like-
mean, we're talking like
And
if-
think about the wiring hookups and all that stuff that you have
absolutely.
to set
But
up, though, right?
when technology
There isn't-
advances
yeah.
faster,
Will
when
we be
advances
around
far
by
enough,
then?
There was a really popular AR game that on your phone where it was kind of like Fatal Frame.
it's
where,
called Pokemon Go.
No,
I was waiting for that.
no, but it's like it's like Fatal Frame where your phone is the camera.
The
right?
oh, yeah,
but,
I know
But
what
you
you're
walk
talking
around
about.
your own house, right?
Oh, I heard about
yeah,
that,
they
yeah.
encourage you to turn off all the lights and all that.
Yeah.
so it's like
But those things. So when it comes to AR on phone, sometimes they mess up the perspective, and that just destroys the immersion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about immersion at the end of the day,
Totally
right?
is, yeah.
So I think it's just more controllable as well in a headset environment as opposed to a physical environment.
yeah, I can't imagine
Right.
how hard that would be to code. If you have like an actual
Yeah, you have things like things like like doorways and,
Right.
and slanted walls.
Yeah,
and
because-
But I mean, they're
corners
kind
and
of getting
ceilings
into
and
it. Like, do you remember
Sort
like,
of, yeah.
years ago, the Xbox Kinect, they mapped out a whole room just using the Kinect.
Yep.
Like, they're just gonna, you can leverage that kind of stuff.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
everything. It still wasn't perfect though.
No, it wasn't.
A lot of like
So-
the VR games and experiences right now, they're kind of firmly within the old school game development kind of like routines of how to code stuff for VR.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They just slap this new technology on top of it. Like what I want to see out of VR is like something that's like I literally cannot get anywhere else.
Like an original idea.
Here's
An
something
original idea like that, or like like go outside the boundaries of traditional game design,
Sure.
right? And like start thinking about like what are the possibilities of this technology like beyond entertainment per se, right? But then again, we're getting to that whole like Black Mirror type
Yeah.
stuff, right? So yeah.
Speaking of things that you can't get anywhere else, how about a flamethrower? Something.
Well, I got a super soaker full of gasoline, so
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know
Elon Musk.
anything about
Elon Musk.
Christ, his name is so weird.
So if you don't know who Elon Musk is, he is
He's
the
Tesla-
CEO
he's Tesla
of
man.
Tesla.
He's a Bond
He's not
villain.
Tesla, but he is Tesla.
He is a Bond villain. He's got an underground bunker that's shaped like a dome with
He has a
with
giant
missile
battery
silo
in
it.
Australia for
And he
power.
named
I swear.
his company the Boring Company. That's such a Bond villain type company name.
It's such like a sarcastic,
Yeah.
like
Or they're like Tesla and SpaceX sound like really evil and authoritarian.
Yeah, but then
Space
the
X.
Boring Company is like the perfect like shitty Bond twist.
yeah, or
Yeah,
like
I
the
guess so.
front for
Yeah.
like a sinister thing. Anyways,
no, it's like
the reason why
Johnny
we're talking
English.
about that
Anyways, yeah.
is because if you haven't seen it already, and there's like videos released, there's a website, something you can actually purchase. The Boring Company, headed by Tesla founder Elon Musk, has released for public purchase a
20,000 only.
flamethrower. Stop reminding me because I'll tell you why in a minute. But like it's a flamethrower in the sense that it's a gun that shoots fire, but it's
a
more like
propane
it's
cannon.
more like a giant butane torch.
It's a propane torch that happens
Yeah.
to be shaped like a gun.
Yeah,
and that's,
it's not
is
a
amazing.
flamethrower in the sense that it jets out fuel, which is then ignited.
not yet.
Because it can totally be modded.
Because out of those 20,000 people, you can bet your ass that someone's going
Someone's
to
going
mod
to make
it,
an actual flamethrower.
and
yes.
they're
Or like a fireball thrower.
or like a fireball thrower or something.
Hadouken!
Actually, there was something I wanted to buy the longest time too. There was like a wrist-mounted like fireball shooter.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, that looks so cool.
I've seen,
I want
there's
that.
seems
also
like a great way to burn
there's
your fingers.
There's
Yeah.
a do-it-yourself Wolverine claw like maker with like
Do it
basically it's
yourself.
super simple and it just uses like
Stab knives into your-
what do you call
into
it
your
Steak knives.
no what are those
switchblades.
no they're disposable a lot of the time.
Razor
X-Acto
blades?
knives.
Exacto
knife.
knife.
That sounds so like
That sounds terrible.
It's an X-Acto knife and it goes and then like It's really cool. It's
out
activated
of
by
your
you closing
skin.
your
It's really
fist.
cool. Okay.
Just like
so many ways that could go wrong in my mind.
I just
yeah.
imagine some kid wanting to be like kick-ass or something, going out on the streets. It's like, shh, I am discount Wolverine or something.
I am discount Wolverine. I'm value village Wolverine.
Dollar store Wolverine.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't want to get too far away from the Elon Musk thing. I thought it was pretty cool. It's just some like he's definitely a Bond villain. This morning, I was a button press away from buying one, but I said no because
How
I
much
said
was the shipping?
it wasn't that much. It came out to about
Okay.
$540 total.
That's not bad. I might get one.
Because okay, here's my thought process. I was like, I know I don't need this, and then my other thought process: when does that ever stop me? And then the other thing was like, I could own one, and like, and the thing is just like,
Mounted
you don't
on
have a
your
use
mantle?
for it. I know I don't have a use for
Mounted
it, but I
above
could
your
own
mantle.
one.
You have a mantelpiece. You could put it above
You
it.
literally put it right where I'm looking right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a mantelpiece. I also
See,
literally have a fire.
His advertising campaign for this is great. Like I'm looking at his Twitter right now, and the first thing he posted was, "When the zombie apocalypse happens, you'll be glad you bought a flamethrower. Works against Horde of the Undead or your money back."
Yeah.
See, Elon Musk doesn't actually need a marketing team. He's such a personality that he can just tweet something and it'll sell. Like,
I wonder if it's sold out already.
No, there's still
taking orders.
16,000 left.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
The price point probably holds people back a little bit because it is easily recognizable as, again, like a propane torch.
Yep.
But, like, upscaled. I would really recommend watching the video. It's pretty cool, though. And
He
if you
chases the
have
cameraman.
$500 to blow, it's probably not the worst purchase you could ever
and you're
impulse buy.
gonna be supporting the new Overlord of the Earth.
Yeah.
Who-
The
who-
rumor that
I'm not
secretly
supporting
created
him.
the
I am
zombie
one of
apocalypse to
his-
generate
one of his
demand
kind.
is completely false.
I am a stormtrooper for Elon Musk.
Oh, okay, that's how it works.
I think that's what it becomes, yeah. But, like, no, like I said, like this morning before I went out for Hot Chocolate Fest, I was so close. I put in all my shipping details. I put in my credit card info, and I was just like, should I? And I did not.
Is this going to be another situation with like the Vancouver hockey jerseys where you're going to regret it in 3 years?
No, I don't think that's going to be as bad because the truth is, you can make a flamethrower.
I wouldn't recommend.
I don't know
it.
what you're talking about. I'm a completely safe brown citizen.
Yeah,
Safe brown citizen who just looked up C4.
man.
But the Olympic jersey thing is a whole issue. I was a child who didn't understand that
Economy
they
was
should
a
have bought
thing.
something when they didn't. Stupid decisions.
Oh well.
I don't know. But yeah, like it looks really nice and polished. It's like this
It looks-
white-
yeah.
It looks-
it looks basically like a sci-fi weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks
That
like
shoots
it
fire.
just came out of District 9 or something.
That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
good.
No, but that guy though, it's like the whole reason he does stuff like this is because in the end he wants to help humanity by selling us flamethrowers. No, because like
He's
this,
helping the idiots kill each other off? Like,
no,
what are you
because
talking
because
about?
this stuff funds Tesla and his other like
And
philanthropy
his other-
and stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then Tesla funds SpaceX, and eventually, like his goal is to get humanity off the planet to save humanity.
That's what he says, anyways.
I mean,
that's
why
what he
not
says,
just fix
right?
the planet?
Well, Tesla kind of helps with that. with
He's
the electric
hoping. He's
cars
hoping
and
that we
everything,
kill each other, and then he has to move less people off the planet.
Ah, fair enough.
There you
I can
go.
understand that.
right? Yeah.
I don't
Because
know.
it's clearly not to outfit his SpaceX army because flamethrowers don't work in space.
You know, I was reading an article on him, and apparently the way he does business is really smart. And the way he's like essentially what he does is he cuts out the middleman. That's how he's able to do a lot of these things. Like, for example, if you're building a product that requires batteries, you have to buy the batteries from a third party vendor who makes
Or
it.
he
and
could
then-
make batteries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you have to buy from a third party vendor, and then they charge a markup, and then to like the distributor, and then the distributor charges another markup, and then that's when it finally gets to your company to implement.
Yeah. And by the
Elon
time
Musk
it's
is like, you know
marked up
what?
3
Fuck
times.
that. I'm going to make my own batteries to save all that
Hassle.
hassle and all that, like all the middleman costs, all those markup charges no longer exist. Apple does the same thing. That's why you see Apple doing a lot of like internal developments. For
Yeah.
their-
R&D. Yeah.
Yeah.
but like that, Elon Musk is like the one person who can afford to do that, though, right?
Yeah. It's not something
or,
like,
or
like
not even
where
just
I, like,
afford, like willing to do that.
Yeah,
like,
because you do need the capital to do that kind of venture, but in the end, it saves you a lot of money.
yeah, but like the initial cost is like astronomical,
Absolutely.
right? And, but like he's willing to do it. I mean,
Do you think he? Do they produce like Tesla batteries?
Yes.
yeah,
Like for not just for like cars, but I mean, like
No, there's home batteries that they make.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can
like-
get like Tesla.
yeah. So
lithium-ion.
it's like instead of like a backup
A's.
generator, you have a backup battery. for
Yeah.
the whole house.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
It's kind of like that.
And you can do that thing where you can. I don't know if that works here in Calgary, but there's a lot of municipalities you can actually sell your energy back to the grid and make money.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in place here yet.
Yeah.
I know in Germany it's a huge thing.
Yeah,
It's huge in Germany.
You
There's times where energy companies have to pay the consumer.
there's Speaking of energy, I heard some I don't know if this is true or not, but in the UK they actually have to increase the power around tea time because everybody simultaneously puts on their kettles.
Yeah.
Everyone puts on their kettles around 1 or 2. And then there's a power bump.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious.
Anyway, I digress.
Speaking of Tesla, though, it's like apparently they're having trouble shipping their new car or something. Like
I heard something about that.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
one?
yeah. The Model 4 or something. There's
I don't know
actually
the
for the first time they're running into shortages.
Is that the one? Is that the one where they were demoing it alongside those trucks?
I
The
think so.
self-driving
Yeah.
trucks?
Honestly, I'm kind of like losing track of all the Tesla models at this point because like
They're finally actually diversifying
Well-
enough
well-
that they have an actual
well, again, it's the whole
fleet for one thing.
Yeah, it's the whole marketing and like thing, right? Because the first one was the Model T, which is a luxury model.
Yeah,
right?
the Model 4 is supposed to be consumer friendly, like consumer price.
Exactly, right? So
Is consumer priced 50 grand or is it 40 grand?
50 grand is still a very good consumer price, I'd say, right? Because a lot of people
That's an SUV price.
yeah, a lot of people would buy that over an SUV or a Mercedes or something, right?
guess so.
Yeah,
But is it
It
as
looks
usable?
very futuristic.
it better be. It's
Starting price of 35 grand,
jeez.
up to
35?
70. Yeah,
70? What kind of trim levels are you putting in there for a double price? Like,
oh, no,
that's
sorry,
double the-
I'm wrong. I read that wrong. Starting price of 35 as opposed to the Model S, whose starting price is 70.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
so-
was just like, what are you doing? Am I getting 2 cars?
Yeah, so the Model S is like a roadster, sporty kind of vehicle,
Which
right?
makes
So,
sense. That's
yeah.
fine to be priced at above 60 grand, for
Yeah.
example.
No, but I mean, like that's again, marketing genius. Like how to actually sell your product, right? You come out with a luxury model that only the millionaires can afford. You take their money, right, and then you put out a consumer model after, right?
Yep.
That's so smart of them.
And plus, in the States, you get there's a federal electronic vehicle tax credit, so they actually get up to $7,500 back. So it's actually less than 30 grand for them.
Oh, cool. Dude, I wonder how well... Like, you see a lot of Tesla cars in Calgary now.
Yeah.
Tesla also has, like, charging stations around certain places. There's also a Tesla...
The UFC has a charging station.
They have a
Yep.
Tesla car lot, technically, in,
Yep.
like, Chinook Center.
Oh, like the sales.
Yeah,
place.
and they also have, like, in the parkade, there's a dedicated Tesla parking area, so you
Right.
can park and charge for your...
and basically reserve
customers.
parking to a Tesla. Yeah.
Exactly.
Great for Boxing Day.
I'm still curious about how well they really work when it gets super cold here, because like when in the week or two that we really get of like minus 30 or minus 40 Celsius,
Yeah.
does it run? Does it work? Are
Right.
you not getting screwed?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like combustion engines already have enough issues
Mhm.
as they are, but I'm hoping that there is a real movement now.
I mean,
towards electric and hybrid engines. Commitment by all.
My knee-jerk
Companies?
reaction is that it will work in cold weather. It's going to suffer the same. It probably will suffer the same issue that other batteries suffer in extreme temperatures, either hot or cold, where
Yeah.
it'll have a decreased range.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
I don't
range-
see any like mechanical issues as to why it wouldn't work.
Sure, but I
Yeah.
mean, like range is like the literal, like that's a huge issue.
Well, yeah, that's your
it's
that's
difference
your, it's
between
your
like
gas,
a gas
quote,
tank
right?
versus
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my battery just can't go as far, and
Well, the mileage decreases in cold weather too, right? I mean, like it's sort of the same trade-off. If they can make it so that it's like comparable to like mileage loss, then yeah, why not, right? So I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, check it out if you haven't before. Like I said, with the marketing is really cool for it. It's only $540 Canadian
For the flamethrower, not
for a flamethrower.
not a Tesla.
Not a Tesla.
For the flamethrower
Yeah.
or a SpaceX ticket.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, someday.
I wish.
Someday, no, within our lifetimes. I swear, within our lifetimes.
I'll be. As soon as it becomes affordable, I will be the first
Everyone
person
will
on
be
that
there.
boat. My
And you know
God.
what? Like
I won't.
my my prediction is that it's not even going to be like, hey, go to space for this much money. It's going to be like get from like New York to London in an hour because you go up into space, go
Like stratosphere
do a
level?
suborbital flight, and then come back.
And then
down,
yeah,
right?
literally like you go up, you don't technically move, but the Earth moves for you.
Yeah,
and then you go
exactly.
down.
Yeah, because
It's like those drops of fear where they launch you up. It's
Yeah.
just very high.
yeah, no, it's like the ISS. I think circles the globe once every 90 minutes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, which is ridiculous, right? But I
crazy.
mean, like the thing
Well,
is,
it's not just circling the globe. The globe is also circling.
yeah,
itself.
yeah. But the thing is, the ISS is actually
Yeah, sort of.
the ISS
Well,
is actually
turning.
technically still in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They have to do boosts every so often because it drags against the air, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like if you
It's-
do
yeah,
a suborbital
it's
flight,
It's like a gravity well. Like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Not a, well, it is a gravity.
you do a
well. We know
suborbital
what I mean,
flight and
spiral.
keep it affordable. Like I would buy a ticket like immediately, right?
I'd travel the world.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
like,
between you and a
Then
world.
you have to go like, will airline companies keep it down? Like you know,
Well, there's
Lobbying is a thing.
that's when SpaceX decides to sell its tech to airline companies.
or they just go to a country that has like few, like let's say you go to a place that doesn't
Have that much airline.
yeah like airline
Influence?
usage, right? And then all of a sudden, like basically what's going to happen is like you go to, I don't know, friggin' Madagascar or
I'd go to
something like that,
Dubai,
right?
honestly.
Like
Dubai,
someplace
yeah.
that just doesn't or
Saudi
Dubai,
Arabia,
yeah, because
yeah.
like you could go the opposite way where it's like it's a super consumer friendly place, like it's
Yeah.
very privatized, consumer level, and then you just give them the tech, give them the access to the tech before everyone else, like that has like really shitty lobbying and they'll use the shit out of that new level of technology, and then everyone's like, oh my god, I have to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, within our lifetimes, I think.
yeah.
Wow,
I
this
hope
is
so.
this turns like the futurism episode.
I'm okay with the future. It's
Yeah.
coming anyways.
Future.
It got nothing to do with it.
Futurist.
Yeah.
Future.
Future.
Napa.
Actually, call back to the other thing about like you know, you can go up to space and then you like hesitated and went back. I thought you were gonna go like, but you could go. You can't just go into. It's not just about going into space. It's about going into space. Yeah. Some more Earth-related things. Something that might be interesting to Alfred. Final Fantasy brand 30th anniversary whiskey is selling now.
$330. It better be damn good. What type is it? Bourbon, Scotch, rye?
It's Japanese. It's a Japanese whiskey.
No, thank you.
Immediately.
What a snob.
Wow.
Like Suntory's good and all, but you gotta water it down. And it's like,
I don't know. All I know is that the distillery was opened, or like they began distilling in the same year, 1987, for this whiskey.
it's a Suntory, then it's gotta be. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All I know is that I found that and I thought it was a little interesting. We just have like random tidbits to go through.
It was originally distilled in 1987, the same year as the Japanese release of the initial Final Fantasy.
Yep.
For the 8-bit Famicom.
Semikombu.
It's
Famicom.
actually kind of funny because, like, I'm more of a beer person, right? And if I see a branded beer, I actually usually get it.
There's Triforce beer.
I've actually had it. It's a light lager ish. It's okay. Romulan Ale's pretty good.
Did
What's
you get
Glenn
it here?
Farkless?
How did you get it? The Triforce.
Oh, I just saw it at a craft beer store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones beers are really good. On the gang
Game
brewery.
of Thrones beer.
Oh no, they're really
Oh,
good.
that reminds me of something.
Yeah.
It's a
Hold on.
Scotch, supposedly. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Jay's getting up,
She's getting up and leaving
And-
and dodging all our mics.
hitting the mics. Yeah.
My God.
No, the Game of Thrones beers were really good. I remember that, and like they have like 3 per season, I think, or something like that. So yeah,
That's, well, I mean, if you're going to do it, like if you're going to, I wonder what he's getting.
I don't know.
He's back. There's 2 things in bags.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
you remembered based off of the booze talk, and you got, what are those cups? Why don't you
is it-
describe what you're opening?
Oh, okay, all right. Is it actually for Christmas or?
Yeah,
like,
it was for Christmas.
Oh, okay. All right,
Actually
thank
for
you.
Christmas. Whoa, mic fall.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Looks like
Yeah.
it's a beer mug.
That's awesome.
You got 2 beer mugs. I'm assuming one for Alfred, one for Sarah.
Yeah.
that's sick. Thank you. All right. That
What's the second one
that was
say?
cool.
I thought that was a good one.
No, that's
The other one, actually,
you know-
that's the better one. I don't think this one.
Honestly,
I
though,
was
if I were
trying
to
to get
pick,
something
if
for
I
you
were to
guys.
pick a Game of Thrones quote to put on a beer mug, it would be that one.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm like, that's a good one.
So, this one is Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Oh,
Just good old Boba Fett.
Good old Boba Fett.
is it like laser
Laser
etched?
etched,
Is
yeah.
that
So
what it
was,
is? Yeah.
this was Holiday Expo.
yeah, it was holiday
Yeah,
market
yeah,
stuff. I was just like, if I see things that I like, you know, for people, I'll buy them most of the time. Is
Cool.
how I like to operate.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, I thought the drinking no things was like a really good one, and then the
Right.
Boba Fett, I was like, can't really go wrong with Boba Fett.
Nobody can go wrong with Boba Fett. If you can, stop listening.
Yeah.
No, please don't. Keep subscribing.
But yeah,
I'm not a fan of Boba Fett. No, I'm kidding.
Get out.
if you like,
Says the guy who
do you
started
think-
watching Star Wars last year.
because okay,
You start
I don't
watching
want.
Star
Oh
Wars
God, I'm
last
gonna
year.
ask a Star Wars question, so this is
Okay.
gonna be bad.
Sure.
Do you think that if you're a fan of Boba Fett, that you're almost automatically a fan of Phasma?
No.
Who's Phasma?
Captain Phasma?
the shiny.
Oh, the shiny dude.
stormtrooper.
Okay,
The shiny chick.
check.
Yeah.
Shiny
no.
person.
No.
No, because
You know-
Phasma's discount Boba Fett, despite the fact that
To
Yeah.
go with discount
Shinier.
Wolverine.
no, it's
No,
it's
callbacks. I love it.
no, it's like, and it's like the chrome is like the fake looking chrome you get at the dollar store. You
It's
know what I
true.
mean? It's like the plastic toy that's like been sprayed.
Yeah, and then
with
you
this chrome.
after you play with it for a little bit, it just
starts
reverts back to
rubbing off.
black or
no,
white
like
or
it doesn't even
gray
just start
underneath.
rubbing off; it just chips off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
yeah. So like, no, I don't know. Phasma is not a good character in my opinion. Like,
I mean, like I haven't
Okay,
watched any of the.
let me
extended
throw this out
universe.
here.
yeah,
Phasma Wolverine combo, Exacto Knife Wolverine, Chrome Dome Phasma with Exacto knives in her fingers.
but buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
all right.
Anyways,
Anyways,
but like I don't. I not knowing the extended universe stuff. Does she have much?
She does. Yeah,
Okay.
she's got extended stuff. But like, Boba Fett was interesting because his costume was cool, but that was about it. And he was kind of a badass.
he had no personality.
And well, he had no
He kinda-
personality.
It's true.
Is it?
His
Okay.
personality was being a badass for the 5 seconds he was on screen. He's kind of like
Before he dies.
yeah, before he
Spoiler
dies,
alert.
before he dies like a bitch, right? So it's like
Yeah, he gets fed to
No,
the
but I
thing
mean,
that
like-
that the protagonist
like
were about
Phasma.
to get fed to.
Discount
Phasma,
deaths too. I
great.
see.
Phasma is a response to the other two trilogies. Like, need to have a one-off character that's really cool while he's on screen, but dies like a bitch. You know what
Dies
I mean?
like a bitch.
Like Darth Maul, right?
Yeah,
Holy shit, he was so
thematically,
cool.
yeah.
So cool.
And
I
then
love
you
Darth
just-
Maul.
And you have Obi-Wan.
And then he gets
just
cut in half by Obi-Wan, and it's
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Even
So
the death scenes suck
anticlimactic,
because you
yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
like-
and in fact, the prequel trilogy had enough gall to actually do it twice, right? With General Grievous, who was like, cool, he's
Oh, Grievous was Grievous is definitely the most badass out of all of them.
yeah, he like
I love him.
this. Here's a guy who collects like
Lightsabers of
off
the
dead
Jedi.
Jedi.
No
right?
way.
Yeah.
And he's a robot.
He's
so
like
he
a
has,
serial killer.
Yeah, he's a robot. He has 4 arms that he
Yeah.
that he,
Yeah,
he-
Yeah,
he
but then it's just like,
plays lightsaber with.
but then spoiler alert,
Does he make a necklace out of them?
no, but he's got him inside his like coat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
which is kind of cool. But-
What are you
Speaking of necklace, I'm gonna
buying?
bring
Yeah.
something up later, but it's just because I saw a meme that was really weird.
Yeah, so that's what Phasma is, and like I really hope she's not dead and comes back in the third one and actually does like tie up
Something cool.
At least ties into the story for Finn's arc or something.
Listen, we
right?
didn't see a
But
body, right?
We didn't see a body, and that's exactly it, right? And that's the logic they have for Boba Fett because he got eaten and all that by the Sarlacc.
But did he?
But did he get pooped out?
Yeah.
No, he actually blew him. He actually
Blew up
used the
the-
grenade to
yeah.
blow himself out of the. He killed the worm.
He
and
rocket
then-
jumped.
Yeah, he rocket jumped effectively.
Yeah.
he got really injured, but he needed to get new armor and
Yeah.
stuff.
But isn't
There's
that
a
how
whole
Darth
story.
Vader was made?
Well, don't forget,
Yeah.
Darth Maul also came back.
Exactly.
That's the other thing.
So that's what I think. That's why I think Phasma's not dead.
Okay.
right. But
Anyways, before we fall down that rabbit hole too quickly, I just had a quick question about that. The necklace thing that you were talking
Yeah.
about? So I was on Imager, as I usually am, because I gotta get my daily fix of memes. Total trash.
He says
there
that
was
in
this
a
thing.
subdued tone.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was this thing about this woman who recently got married,
Right.
and as like a wedding gift, her new mother-in-law presented her this necklace of her husband's baby teeth that she had collected and like strung together, and she had saved this whole time to give to like.
Is this some
his
kind of
wife.
like tribal thing, or are we talking like North America?
No, we're talking like I'm pretty sure like either like the
Get
UK,
out.
the UK or America, whatever. And then, but the thing is like she was like really conflicted because she like the mother-in-law is otherwise really cool, like
Yeah,
super
yeah.
chill, not a problem. But now because of like they don't want to hurt her feelings, her husband insists that she wears it when they go see like his mom.
Oh my.
And it's just like again this
God.
necklace of baby teeth. I'm like, but what? And like teeth stink. Like bones can stink, and
Just-
they have. Or,
you
it's
know what?
organic matter. It's
Yeah.
gonna decay, and it has like this crappy mouth smell.
It would
and
really
dirty.
depend on how much, like how cool this mother-in-law was, and how much I love
I wouldn't
my
do it.
wife.
I wouldn't
just-
do
I wouldn't-
or my husband.
okay,
I guess
honestly,
in this case.
keepsakes like that can be put into storage and treated like an heirloom. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah,
not
you know,
like,
if they
but not
frame
like
it,
you have
know,
to
you
wear
could probably
it.
get. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say like you could probably get around that by framing.
Would you get a
the thing.
bracelet of
Yeah.
Sarah's teeth? and just be like,
Oh,
Honestly, I would just to freak out my house guests as a conversation piece.
no, you wouldn't freak out your
but you
house
would-
guests
would you
because
wear it
your
or would
house
you
guests
frame
are
it?
us.
I would frame it, or like I would throw it into a jar. I would cut it off the necklace and put it into a
exactly.
jar. And then,
But you wouldn't wear it. Like, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
I
Like,
wouldn't
she
wear
could
it.
probably get out of this. I'm not like I don't know her situation. I know nothing more than what you've told me.
And
so
I don't
far.
know anything other than the meme.
But like, maybe if maybe you could convince the husband, like, hey, maybe like because obviously this is important.
We're giving
His mother
advice.
is important. Like, but maybe like you could put this in you could frame it and we could put it somewhere out of sight.
Yeah,
but,
and your excuse can be like, we want to keep it safe.
I don't
because
want it to decay.
obviously- I don't want to wear it.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's like one of those things, like if your dog passes away or something, you get it cremated, you put the ashes on the mantle. That's
yeah,
fine.
but you put it in an urn. You don't
You
wear
put
it as a
it in-
Yeah,
necklace.
you don't because like
No,
ashes, the
like-
amount of ashes that you might get is small enough to put in a pendant.
No,
but you
Or-
wouldn't
but-
just be like,
But also, you don't
carry
and
it
you don't
with
like
me.
put it in a tube that you tie around your neck.
No,
you know?
okay, no. Some people do that, like carry around their like a loved one's ashes, right? But
Okay, in a pendant, I can almost
Okay,
I
yeah.
can see that. But
yeah, but like no,
This
it's,
is
it's
a,
a
but
it's a
this
thing.
looks like a tribal pendant of teeth.
It's a thing to it's a thing to like taxidermy your pets after they die.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
keep them around. It's like that's
The only time that's
you know,
acceptable
taxidermy to
is
me is
in
weird in
is in
general.
Yeah.
Kingsman, and Harry Hart taxidermies his dog after like 14 years.
yeah, but I'm not gonna pretend I understand
Yeah.
that.
no, me neither.
But I'm
get
also
the-
like
I
I'm
get the
not
heirloom
hating
part.
on them either. I just don't understand.
no, it's just weird. Yeah,
Why specifically like why not like a
And why
ancestor?
what?
Why teeth?
Oh, why not like an ancestor? Like, why is this like a tradition that she's starting?
Maybe he's
with it
gonna
with
be
the
the
teeth?
ancestor. Like they got to start somewhere.
I guess. But yeah, like why? Also, why teeth? But I mean, it's better than like toenail clippings.
Oh my god!
You know what? This sounds like a really sketchy like undercover drug op or something. It's
I
like,
really hope they
it's
have a prenup.
Like you break open
break
the
open teeth and
you
there's
break-
cocaine.
There's coke in it. No, no. Apparently, no. This was
The
the
teeth
thing.
are just
though.
made out of coke.
This was the thing in Peru. The narcs there actually sees an entire like pallet of pineapples, and you cut open the pineapple, and like they somehow had managed to reseal the pineapple around bags of cocaine.
Alfred, I want to educate you on the difference in size between teeth and pineapples.
I get that, but still, I mean, like the lengths
Yo,
people
can
go
I get
to.
a pineapple's worth of
The-
coke?
I just like one tooth
Yeah, you
worth.
go,
please.
you
No,
go
the
to your
lengths people
dealer
go
and be
to.
like, "Can I get a
the
pineapple?"
lengths people go to, right? It's like
Yeah.
like you're wearing your husband's like baby teeth at the airport, right?
Yeah.
And then like you get like the German
The drug
Shepherd-
dog?
the
The
drug
drug
dog
dog
gets a
is over?
positive hit, right? And it's like, oh, it's just my husband's baby teeth, and like the person's so weirded out they don't want to touch that, right? But then like meanwhile you walk through security with like a
You're
couple
like,
grams
oh
of coke,
yeah.
Hopefully there's
literally
gonna be metal
like
fillings.
yeah, a couple of grams, and you're like, oh yeah, that was totally worth it.
I don't know. So
To some people,
Whole
it must be.
$30.
Yeah,
We-
it's like a cyanide pill, but like that, or a
Yeah, that's
cyanide
like-
tablet that you keep in your molar or something that you crush.
Yeah.
But except it's coke.
I'm pretty sure someone has smuggled coke like that. Like that
I
is
do that for like vitamins.
Vitamins, boy, I could use some vitamin C right now. Just break open your back molar and just be like, oh yeah,
it's like you,
I feel the power coursing through me.
it's like you're getting strip searched and like they go through like your cavities and stuff, and you're like,
What is that?
what is it? Vitamins?
Vitamins.
It's like Flintstones vitamins too.
Fred and Wilma, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, we should stop.
We
should stop.
That went from like future and deep and philosophical stuff to teeth.
Teeth and cocaine and pineapples.
Yeah.
On pizza.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
That's all about, I guess we have to talk about.
Otafest.com/tickets.
Yep, don't forget to buy your tickets. Check out the C4 cosplay challenge because you could
Don't just
again,
Google C4.
Yeah, don't just Google C4. It's C4. That's what I hide in my teeth. And yeah, you could win a chance to go to the Netherlands to represent Canada and then go to Japan after. Why not?
C4 is performance-based, by the way, and you can only sign up in pairs. So just keep that in mind.
And I know it's not 100% confirmed, but I believe there is a cap to the application process.
There may be a cap
There
depending on
may
the
be.
number of
Be aware that there
Yeah.
may be a cap. And
sign up
that
sooner
means-
rather than later.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can figure out the details of your performance after you sign up.
Yes, it's expected that you do.
But
as a matter of fact.
don't sign up and drop out, because that's douchey. But
No, that's fine. I mean, we have enough people sign up that if someone drops out, it might actually be a favor.
okay, so but I mean, like if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I'm just
Um,
being facetious.
Anyways, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for listening. Jeez.
Yeah, thanks for putting up
Somebody
with us.
listens.
Yeah, somebody.
Okay.
Don't hit that unsubscribe button. Don't do it.
Jay signing off.
Alfred.
Behfar.